it's Cece, and today I'm here to do the Summer Lovin' book tag. So I was tagged ages ago to do this video by Discat from Project Hardcover, so thank you for tagging me. Sorry it's taken me so long. And I will leave that as well as the original tag down below so you can go and watch those. This is a pretty speedy tag, so we're just gonna jump in and, do all these questions about summer stuff. Question 1, start of summer. Pick a book with an attention-grabbing first sentence. For this one, I've got to go with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and let me just open this up so you get what I mean. So the first line of Throne of Glass is, after a year of slavery in the salt mines of Endovier, Selena Sardathian was accustomed to being escorted everywhere in shackles and at sword point. Pretty attention-grabbing first sentence, I would say. I think that the other book that has the most attention-grabbing first sentence is The Martian, and if you've read The Martian, you know exactly what I mean. Question 2, too hot to go out. Pick a book to read on a day in. For this one, I have to go with a book that I personally read on a day when it was way too hot during the summer, and I just stayed inside and read it all in one sitting, and that is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. This book is very, very immersive. It's contemporary, but it also has a ton of emotion, and 2 summers ago, it was hot, I settled down in my room, I cracked this book open, and 2 hours later, I closed it, and I cried, and it was just a really wonderful experience and a great way to read this book, so I have to say this one. Question 3, summer road trip. Pick a book you would take with you on the road. Again, I decided to go with personal experience, and I thought that I would mention a book that I have personally just taken on the road, sort of, and that is Percy Jackson. Just in general, the whole series by Rick Riordan. I just came back from a road trip and I was reading The Last Olympian, and it was just super fun to read on the road. It just pulls you right in, but it's also easy if you're not 100% focused on the series to still read it while you're on the road. So I just think this is a great series to read while you're on a road trip or while you're traveling in general. Plus they do a lot of traveling in this series, so it just feels good that way as well. Question 4, iced tea goodness. Pick a book with a cold setting. I was looking through my books and I don't have that many, I think, that have a cold setting, so I just decided to go with an obvious one for me personally, and that is Peak by Roland Smith. This is a book about a kid who is climbing Mount Everest with his dad, so that's fairly cold. That's a cold, cold setting. I don't feel like I need to add more than that. It's Mount Everest, so chilly, a little bit colder than iced tea. Question 5, Nasty Sunburn. Pick a book you really disliked so far this year. For this one, I'm going to go with Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler and Mayra Kalman. This book was super disappointing to me, especially because I had hyped it up so high in my head, and then it just wasn't very good in my opinion. I didn't like the characters, I didn't like the romance, I had so many issues throughout, so this was definitely one that I haven't enjoyed at all this year. Super disappointing, very sadly. I was so excited because I haven't really read any Daniel Handler outside of A Series of Unfortunate Events, and I was so hoping that I would love this. As an additional answer to that question, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Like, I had 0 expectations for that play, and it still disappointed me. And question 6, Sizzling Reads, recommend one of your favorite books. I thought about which of my books I recommend constantly, and I try to pick a favorite book that I talk about less often, so I'm gonna recommend Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. It's a great book for bookworms. It is lighthearted, it is fun, it is about book loving, and so it's still just remained one of my favorites for all of those reasons, and I highly recommend it. Okay guys, there you go. Those are all of the answers to the Summer Lovin' book tag. If you want to tell me your own answers to these questions, leave those down below. Also, if there's a book that you've super hated this year, I'd be super curious to hear about that. I'm always interested to find out which books people haven't liked this year, so leave those below especially. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!